I guess we should move on to another team that is kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum that are doing everything that, we kind of thought they would do, the Buffalo Bills. What is the solution to stopping this team? I mean, they just look totally unbeatable.
What is preventing them from going 17-0?
Seriously,
what does their loss look like?
I have no idea. I have no idea, because when Josh Allen is doing this, it's the best offense in the NFL. And I don't know what the answer is. Schematically, I don't know what I would do. I don't when you play man coverage, he's going to scramble all game.
Yeah.
You play zone, it's not going to work.
You're gonna man up Stephon Diggs,
right?
Ramsey tried that, didn't work.
It's I don't know. I think it's Josh Allen getting hurt is the only answer. But I really think you have to win a shootout. Yeah. You have to beat them like the Chiefs beat them last year if they're going like this. And I think the Chiefs are capable of doing that. I think the Chargers are capable of doing that. I want to see a defense challenge them a little more than they've been challenged the last 2 weeks, especially the Rams game. I thought the Rams played really soft and just made things so easy on Allen and the receivers.
How? So, what do you mean by that? Soft, just playing too much zone and not bringing blitzes, or
a lot of quarters they weren't disrupting routes. They're giving up the underneath stuff, which is a strategy that has worked against Allen because sometimes he loses his mind and does a dumb play. But I think those instances aren't happening enough anymore for that to be a viable strategy. Yeah. I think you have to be able to man them up. And I don't know what teams in the league have the skills or the players to do that. I assumed if any team had it, it was the Rams, but they didn't play man. Maybe Belichick. I think Belichick might be the only hope for the league. They're not going to beat the Bills, but maybe he throws out a game plan that kind of works and a better team picks it up and uses it against them. That's the only way I think it happens.
Bill Belichick, please save us. I think of it, I'm oh, what are the weaknesses to this team? Yeah, I mean, the secondary, thank God that Dane Jackson is okay after getting ambulanced off the field. But with his injury, I mean, they were thin to begin with, but again, they you can play a scheme with those safeties where the corners don't even really matter, which is right. If you just play them in zone, all of a sudden any kind of deep route just gets passed off to their incredible safety duo. So it's man, dude, come on.
What do you do?
And there's no busted coverages like Baltimore this last week. They don't bust anything. Everything is perfect.
Yeah, that's because Baltimore plays these crazy. I saw plays where Odafe Owe is on the first Tyreek Hill touchdown. Odafe Owe is dropping into coverage and Patrick Queen, and they've got two defensive backs blitzing.
Right, yeah.
The Bills don't do that shit.
Stat.
They just line up with.
They play real football.
They just line up with four even front four guys and just against the Rams just didn't even blitz. So we're just gonna
I would
play
love to see a stat on who has the most simulated pressures. Or who attempts the most simulated pressures.
I have that stat actually.
You do?
Really? Let me guess.
Yeah, it's okay.
Is it Kansas City? They do it? No, not
the top team is kind of obvious, but it's not a team that you're going to think of because they're not relevant.
Oh, is it the Giants?
No, it's
with
the
Wink.
Dean
Pease.
Okay.
Yeah, Dean Pease will do it. Pease.
And the Cardinals are second.
Oh, duh.
It has not worked. It has not worked for Arizona at all.
That's why I said attempted. I'm a lot of these teams, it might not work for them. But
Week 1 against the Chiefs was one of my favorite, because it's they have no pass, they don't have Juice's pass rusher. All Vance Joseph does is blitz, and that's the one thing you can't do versus Patrick Mahomes. That was one of my favorite. Are they actually going to do this? And when they did, it was just so funny. It was so funny. But yeah, no, Arizona DPs makes sense. Wink hasn't. Do you have the stats? Has Wink done it as much this year? It seems like he has not.
Let me bring it up.
I guess we could talk a little bit about the Giants. I don't want to talk about the Giants.
He doesn't want to talk about the Giants.
They're 2-0. Giants fans are so mad at me because I had them winning 3.
Apologize to the Giants.
Apologize to the Giants.
2 games,
I won them in 2 games. They won 2 already. It's I will apologize when this team is good because
hey, this year's Bengals. They're going to go to the Super Bowl and they're going to lose to the Buffalo Bills.
Richie James is Jamar Chase.
Giants are fifth. They're fifth.
They're fifth in simulated pressures. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, good for Wink.